Welcome, I'm Cynthia, author of Twin Flames, Beyond the Veil of Illusion, and Spiritually Single in Sickness and Health, a woman's guide to healing at a soul level. I cover all aspects of the Twin Flame journey and spirituality at an in-depth soul level. My goal is to help others heal at that level before they make their transition into the spiritual realm and prepare for another existence, as life is definitely eternal and does go on. So I believe that where you are at soul wise is what is the most important, to live your life to its highest potential as you heal, becoming all that you can be. I'm talking about the age gaps between twin flames. Can it work? Does it work? Yes, it does. My oldest twin flame was 90 when he came into physical union and married his twin that was 30 years his junior on a beautiful Valentine's Day. They had met when she was a teenager, and she instantly recognized the connection, though she did not know it was twin flame. She knew it was taboo, and she knew she had to completely stay away from him. When she turned 18, she opted to move away to another town, pursue her career, and meet someone else, as her twin was a married family man. Years later, she moved back to a town that was close to the original town where they had met, and she reconnected with him in a grocery store after they both had been widowed. They knew that they didn't have a lot of time due to his failing health. But the time they had together was absolutely beautiful. On the night that he passed, she called me and she said, I feel like half of me is gone. I feel like I am in limbo, that I am not here. I feel like I'm being pulled to the other side, yet I know I have to go on because he expressed to me this is what he wanted. And I talked to her, and she began to feel more and more at peace about his transition, knowing that there was much that he had to do on the other side for healing, for the rest of his soul's journey, and preparation for their permanent union when they would reconnect once again. It was absolutely beautiful. One of the most spiritual experiences I have ever had. The other connections that I have worked with have been between 15 to 20 year age gaps and have mainly involved women having a much younger twin flame. Now, these are a bit more challenging, as in our society, Women have always been harshly judged by their peers and their family members. Even in the USA, there is this stigma of ageism that once you are past a certain age as a woman, it simply is all over for you. Yet it's perfectly acceptable and celebrated and supported for a man to marry a younger woman. This is why many twin flames will often hide their connection because they don't want the judgment and the family battles coming towards them, especially from their children. If they have grown children, they can be very, very obnoxious when it comes to the thought of a parent actually being happy. In many cases, on the contrary to what society stigmatizes these connections as, they will meet up when the younger twin is already established in his career and life and very successful. I have seen cases where he actually, the male twin, took on full support of his older twin, basically because he wanted her to be a stay-at-home wife, manage the house, and he loved the thought of truly taking care of her and nurturing her in every way. And I have seen a number of these twins in beautiful unions that created a very nurturing and loving home together, where when you walked through the door, you felt that love. You could see that love in the way that their home was cared for and decorated, and the way they were towards one another. It was just absolutely beautiful. In many cases, they have usually been through anywhere from 2 to 3 bad relationships or even committed marriages. The challenge is often with overcoming the stigma of defamation of character, because we all know that divorce can be very ugly, even under the best of circumstances. And it is quite common for twin flames to work through their lower levels of consciousness and attain their evolution through experiencing multiple committed partnerships. And as they experience these partnerships, deep aspects of themselves are coming out as to why they chose these particular individuals and what was lacking within themselves when they made those choices. So by the time they dissolve those commitments and they have that divine timed meeting with their twin, they are ready. But this is never without a challenge, because in many cases there is a lot of carnage that is left behind. One twin I know has suffered extreme defamation of character And this is quite common in this day and age because it is a time of basic anarchy in the world where people can defame someone else's character and get away with it, put things on websites and background checks that are not true. And one twin flame couple I know where he is the younger in the connection has suffered this. And when they met, they knew that they were to be together. But he was so devastated by the defamation of character that he would pull back from her in the beginning stages. So the first 3 years of their connection, they spent coming into alignment and dealing with all of his insecurity and the fact that he was having difficulty completely letting everything in the past go. But it eventually worked out, and now they are a loving couple in union, and they are so beautiful together. The other thing that is heartbreaking for me to see is, and I have to add this before I close this off, is YouTubers who are against twin flame unions, who don't believe in it. Some of them are former twin flame practitioners and coaches or psychics, and they left the twin flame belief because of what happened in their own life. And to me, that is very heartbreaking because just because something doesn't work for you, or you've never experienced it, or your twin has other life path situations to experience, does not mean that these connections are not real. So to defame others is really a sin. And I do believe that those who do it are going to answer at some point. And they're going to face very serious repercussions for this. I am not mentioning names of either party, but there is one twin flame couple that have a 15-year age gap. They are on YouTube, and they have a beautiful child, which is now about 2 years old. And she was just slammed and called a sexual predator by another YouTube. Well, when they got together, he was 25 years old. He was far from being a minor, and he has a lot of wisdom and is very highly evolved. So people that don't know another's connection really don't have that right to judge and condemn and make comments, and especially on a public level. So as we trudge through and pioneer through the new age and all of the challenges it brings, remember that it is a time of healing. And the only way that we can truly do that is if we absolutely let go of what is binding us to past belief systems that have held us in bondage. And on that note, I wish you so much love and many blessings.